But unto Leviathan,
Now this is what you asked me about. But unto Leviathan,
thou gavest the seventh part, namely
the moist.
namely the moist.
So he gave Leviathan the ocean. Go ahead. So Leviathan is the sea creature in the water, the biggest. This is not a shark. This is bigger than a shark. Will Leviathan speak soft words to you? Go ahead.
It was the book of Enoch hidden. Have mentioned Enoch.
The book of Enoch. Now, if there was a book, which they say there was,
and Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah, and Enoch walked with God.
the book of Enoch, if that was his book, it has been tampered with greatly.
There was nothing like the book of giants. I don't know, the fallen angels, have Nephilim.
Listen, this is how you know it's tampered with. When you go to Genesis 6, let's read about the fallen angels. So we're the sons of God. The Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, very, very similar. Now, some months got 30 days, some got 28 days. This is why you got a leap year this year, and next year you don't. It's crazy. Everything's out of course. This is why it's snowing in America. It's snowing in hot climate areas in America. Everything's wrong in this system. Everything is out of course. That's how you know these are the last days, Jimmy. These are the last days.
Was Jesus really born on Christmas?
Jesus was not born on nothing called Christmas. Jesus was not born December 25th.
And the child grew.
The child is Christ. That's the child. It's telling you when he was born right there. God says the beginning of your month is spring. The white man says no. Give me the Exodus 12 to prove my point. Okay, that's the beginning of the month. White man says, no. We're going to make it when it's black, when you can't see the moon. That's the beginning of the month. That's what they do. And it said change what? Times and what?
And laws.
There's a law of marriage in Genesis chapter 2 between one man and one woman. White man says, no, marriage is now between man and woman. Do this. Only black people do evil, stupid stuff like this. Only black people.
Do you know somebody by the name Herbinger?
Worldwide, his name, Abbo Noah, and he claims that God has chosen him to build a new ark, just like in the Bible.
There's simple ones that fall for that. And you lose your money, you lose your land, you lose your property.
Yes.
He said God might change his mind.
For I am the Lord. I change not.
What?
I change not.
God said he don't change. So Ebo Noah said God changed his mind. And people that don't read the Bible believed him. There's no light in these people popping up in Africa talking about God showed me something. Stop listening to these people.
There has been a myth called sea creature, Leviathan, that has been cited severally in the ocean. What's the spiritual meaning at this moment of our timeline?
Leviathan.
Yeah.
Well, the Genesis 1. Let's go back there. Genesis 1 and verse. Where the fishes? Verse 21. Start at 20 and 21.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 20. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
So now we want to get a deeper explanation on every living creature that moveth. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 in the Apocrypha, where it explains what was created on that 5th day. 2nd Esdras 6 and 47. We're going to start there.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 47. Upon the 5th day.
So remember, sea creatures were made the 5th day. So Esdras is going to explain in detail what was made on the 5th day. Go ahead.
Upon the 5th day, thou set up unto the 7th part, where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures, fowls and fishes.
Fowls and fishes, living creatures, fowls and fishes. Good.
And so it came to pass, for the dumb water and without life
Meaning the water didn't have life of its own. That's why calling it the dumb water. Good.
brought forth living things at the commandment of God, that all people might praise thy wondrous works.
So now it's going to explain the living things that were brought forth. Go ahead.
Then did thou ordain two living creatures, the one thou called Enoch, and the other Leviathan.
So notice it says, then didst thou ordain two living creatures, the one thou called Enoch and the other Leviathan. So these are two great creatures that God created. Go ahead.
And did separate the one from the other, for the seventh part, namely where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both.
So these creatures were so great, the waters could not hold, the ocean could not hold both of them together. Go ahead.
Okay.
Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day.
So unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day. That's the land. Go ahead.
That he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills.
So Enoch dwelt on the land. Now, some Bibles in verse 49, you got a number 1 there. It says, or behemoth. So these are your dinosaurs that was created. Enoch is your dinosaurs, your Tyrannosaurus Rex, your Stegosaurus. I forgot the name of that big giant one with the giant tail. Forgot that. I went to school. I learned that, but I can't remember now. But go ahead.
But unto Leviathan,
Now this is what you asked me about. But unto Leviathan,
thou gavest the seventh part, namely
the moist.
namely
the moist. So he gave Leviathan the ocean. Go ahead.
And has kept him to be devoured, of whom thou wilt and when.
So Leviathan is the sea creature in the water, the biggest. This is not a shark. This is bigger than a shark. It's not a whale. This is way bigger than a whale. This is what swallowed Jonah, okay, and held him in his belly for days. It was a Leviathan. That's what held Jonah.
Right.
Now go to Job 40:41. Watch in the book of Job, because somebody might say, that's in the Apocrypha. Leviathan is not canon in the Holy Bible. Shut your black lips. Go to the book of Job, chapter 41. Job, chapter 41.
Job, chapter 41 and verse 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou let down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn?
So this is how powerful and strong Leviathan is. God is asking a question. Can you hook Leviathan in his tongue with a cord that you let down? Can you fish him? Can you put a hook in his nose or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Go ahead.
Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee?
Will Leviathan speak soft words to you? Go ahead.
Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird?
Can you play with Leviathan like you would play with a bird? Go ahead.
No.
Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens?
Can you chain him up and give him to your children? Go ahead.
Shall the companions make a banquet of him?
Can you chop him up and eat him and make a dinner for him? Of him. Go ahead.
Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him?
So you are cast down at the very sight of Leviathan. God is saying this creature is so fearsome. When you see it, you're cast down. Go ahead.
None is so fierce that dare stir him up.
There's no creature so fierce that can stir up Leviathan. Go ahead.
Who then is able to stand before me?
So now God said, then who is able to stand before me? Because I created Leviathan.
Yes.
So if Leviathan is so fearful and powerful, you can't stand against them, you cannot stand against God. You understand that? So the
I
Bible
understand
does
that.
talk about Leviathan.
Is
Okay.
it the one that is seen in Atlantic? Is it Atlantic ice or
Atlantic?
Yes.
I haven't
Is it
seen
the
it. I haven't seen the
Alright.
pictures or anything. I
Okay.
have not seen it. So I
Alright.
couldn't speak on it. I have not seen it. You have a picture of it?
Not really. It's the phone that I am using. I'll send you later.
Oh,
Why was the book of Enoch hidden? You have mentioned Enoch.
Well, that Enoch is Behemoth, not the prophet Enoch. They got the same name, but
Mhm.
two different things. So you asked about the book of Enoch?
The book, yeah.
Okay, the book of Enoch. Now, if there was a book, which they say there was, get me, what do I want? Get me Genesis chapter, I'm explaining in a minute. Genesis chapter 5, verse 21 and 22.
Genesis chapter 5 and verse 21. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters.
Okay.
And all the days of Enoch were 365 years.
Come on.
And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him.
So now the question is, who was Enoch? Get Jude 1:14. Jude 1:14.
Jude verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly, among them all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed.
So Enoch was a prophet, and he walked with God, and God took him. He translated him to the heavens. So Enoch did not die physically. So the book of Enoch, I've looked through it, and it has been, if that was his book, it has been tampered with greatly. It is a lot of hyper spirituality things, hyper spiritual things. Seven heavens, 12 hells. There's weird stuff in it. So that's what we tell people: be careful of these new books. That just remember, when King James organized the 47 scholars, they obviously did not include the book of Enoch and the book of Jasher. Why? Because obviously things was tampered with. Okay, things were tampered with, and they did not include it. So they left it alone. And I believe it was tampered by the Jesuits.
There was nothing like the book of giants, I don't know, the fallen angels, Nephilim.
Oh, nothing. The fallen, listen, the fallen angels, that story, that was in the book of Enoch, because that's what I did read. Listen, this is how you know it's tampered with. When you go to Genesis 6, let's read about the fallen angels. And start at verse 1. I'm going to show you the fallen angels in the Bible.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them.
So we're talking about men, and daughters were born to men. Go ahead.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man.
So wait a minute. So who's God angry with? Who's God angry with? Man. Why wouldn't he be mad with the angels? If verse 2 is the sons of God, if those are the angels, why wasn't God angry with them? Why would God be angry with man? It said the sons of God, or the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
They saw
and
beautiful
Lord said,
ladies.
right. So why wouldn't he be angry with the angels if those are angels? Those were not angels. Let me show you the sons of God in Genesis 6. I'm going to give you a precept, and we're going to read it. Get 1 John 3, verse 1. 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. I need all you listeners, pay attention.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
Oh, wait a minute. John was one of the apostles. He said, behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Go ahead.
Therefore, the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not.
Go ahead.
Beloved, now are we the sons of God,
Beloved, now are we the sons of God.
Sons of
Go ahead.
God.
and it doth not yet appear what we shall be.
Mhm.
But we know that when he shall appear,
When Christ shall appear,
we shall be like him,
we shall be like Christ. Go ahead.
for we shall see him as he is.
So we are the sons of God.
Mhm.
We are the sons of God.
Yes,
So
we
now
are.
it makes sense when you go back to Genesis 6 and it says the son, read it again, Genesis 6 and 2.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they choose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
So now it makes sense why God was mad with man, because it's talking about
Mhm.
us, the sons of
Mhm.
God. This was interracial relationships, because the sons of, we were supposed to stay separate amongst our own race. But what we
Yes.
started to do was, oh, look at that woman from the Chinese, the white woman, all these races, and we started to deal with them. That's what happened. But in the book of Enoch, Enoch says angels came from heaven with
Mhm.
wings, and they filled with power of God, and then they had sex with the women. You know, those
Yes.
women would have blown up if an angel had sex with them. Their
Mhm.
vaginas would have been on fire. The hell is this? That's what would have happened. Boom!
Mhm.
She's dead.
Yeah.
So the sons of God are the Israelites, our people.
All right. Are Bantus in sub-Sahara Africa, West Africa, and the blacks in America continent Hebrew?
Oh, good question. Give me the first book, the book I sent. I want to cover the book, the first page of the book. You see that book right there? Read that, Nimi.
It says, the land of the heart of Livingstone, or the genius of the Bantu.
When was this book published?
Scroll down. Published in 1920.
So this book was written in 1920. So let's see what they say inside the book. Go to the next page. And what page is that?
19, page 19.
Make it big. Go ahead.
In giving the list of the groups into which the Bantu are divided by related dialects and local affinities, we begin at the northeast with
Mhm.
local positions on the map of the subcontinent.
So they give a list of Bantu tribes. The groups thus designated are as follows. And it gives a whole list of various Bantu tribes. Give me the next page. Okay, there's more lists right there. We're not going to read all these lists. Y'all can read them on your own. Give me the next page. Next page. This is what we want. Zoom in.
Page 31.
You got to shrink it a little bit.
Zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
That's fine.
You make it full screen. Full screen. Full screen. Make it big now. I want it to fill the screen. This is on page, what page is that, Nehemiah?
31.
Okay. Can y'all make it bigger so there's no black on the sides?
Too much.
Okay, read that.
It is allowed that groups of Israelitish peoples have, from time to time, journeyed into the upper Nile country.
Next highlighted section, raise it up.
The contention has been made that the extraneous element of the Bantu was derived from the tribes of Israel, which were first carried away to Babylon.
Do y'all see? You see that? The Bantu was derived from the tribes of Israel, which were first carried away to Babylon. Go ahead.
As related in the scriptures, and who afterward, in whole or in part, migrated through Egypt into equatorial Africa, and through mingling with native tribes, upon whom they imposed much of their own religion and customs, gave rise to the people now known as Bantu.
So these were Israelites. It tells you right there above it. Read that sentence again, that one sentence.
The contention has been made that the extraneous element of the Bantu was derived from the tribes of Israel.
That's all we wanted. So the Bantu are Israelites. The Bantus in Africa are Israelites. Now I'll say this. I'll say this. Somebody may ask about the Nilotes. You can take it down. Somebody may ask about the Nilotes. Remember, when we were amongst the Nilotes, we mingled with them. Give me that in Psalms 107. I'm going to show you that in the Bible now. I'm going to show you that in the Bible. When the Israelites mingled with the Nilotes, hence came the Bantu. Watch this. You got it? Psalms 107, I believe it is. About we mingle, learn their works. Oh, Psalms 106, I'm sorry. Verse 34 and 35.
Psalms chapter 106 and verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
See what we did? We mingled amongst them. We mingled amongst the Nilotic tribes and we learned their works. Give me that Deuteronomy 28, verse 64 now. So even the story of Samson and Delilah, that was Samson, the Israelites, with the Nilotes. Okay. The story of Israel in Egypt, that was Israel amongst the Nilotes. The Nilotic tribes, those pure blood, they were pure blood at the time. Some of the Nilotes are mixed today, so that's why we have to be very careful and say, no, you're not an Israelite, because some of them are mixed because of mingling. Okay, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Right. So now we are amongst all nations now. Now when we go to Titus, New Testament, Titus 3 and 9, watch what Paul says to us. Because the questions are, who's pure blood and who's mixed? The questions always come up.
Titus chapter 3 and verse 9. But avoid foolish questions.
God says avoid foolish questions
and genealogies.
And avoid genealogies. Go ahead.
And contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable in vain.
Get 1 Timothy 1 and 4. I think that's the one I really wanted. I like that. Right.
1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies.
Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogy. You know why it says endless genealogies? Because if you go back in your background, it would be endless. Who's your father? Who's his father? And who's his father? And who's his father? It's endless. So Paul says avoid that. Don't even get into that. Go ahead.
Which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do.
Because trying to find out your genealogy ministers questions. Who's his father and who's his father? And you can only go back but so much. That's why this truth is built on faith. It's founded on faith. Okay. What's your next question, Chemi?
My next question, who changed the calendar? Do we follow the right calendar, the Gregorian one?
The Gregorian one is the same calendar they had during the time of Christ. The Julian calendar, the Gregorian calendar, very, very similar. Okay. The whole, give me that, in is it Psalms 82 about the whole world is out of course? Psalms 82, I believe it is, or 86. Watch this. Psalms 80, I believe it's 82 or 86.
Yes, verse 5.
Yes.
Psalm chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness.
Watch this.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Everything's out of course, Jimmy. Everything's out of course. Things will not be set right until Messiah returns. Everything is out of course. That's why you got 31 days now. Some months got 30 days. Some got 28 days. This is why you got a leap year this year, and next year you don't. It's crazy. Everything's out of course. This is why it's snowing in America. It's snowing in hot climate areas in America. States that are known to be hot and not having snow, now there's snow. Everything's wrong in the system. Everything is out of course. That's how you know these are the last days, Jimmy. These are the last days.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I was to avoid this question, but was Jesus really born on Christmas, according to
Ah,
the Bible?
Jesus was not born on nothing called Christmas.
Mm.
Jesus was not born December 25th. When was Jesus born? Because if you ask a Christian, show me the proof. When was Jesus born? Give me December 25th in the Bible. You can't find, it's not there.
No one will give you.
Right. This is what you get for the closest thing to Jesus' birth is in Luke 2.
Luke chapter 2 and verse
Start at
8.
38.
Sorry. 38. You want verse 8 or 38?
38.
And she coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto the Lord, and spake of him to all them that looked for redemption in Jerusalem. And when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned into Galilee to their own city, Nazareth.
Watch this.
And the child grew.
The child is Christ. That's the child.
And waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him.
Watch this.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover.
So now it's giving you a time. They went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Watch this.
And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
So Christ was 12 on the Passover. Christ was 12 on the Passover. It's telling you when he was born right there.
Telling
you when he was born. And Passover is in the spring, the beginning of the spring season. That's the beginning of the new
March
year.
and April.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So this has been there all the time, but the churches listening to the Roman Catholics, you stop listening to them crazy white folks. Their job is to deceive the world.
What do we celebrate then? Why do we celebrate it, and where did it come from?
Why do you celebrate? I'm gonna go to the Apocrypha and show you why. Do I want the Apocrypha yet? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Apocrypha first, then I want Daniel 7. Give me Judith 8, I believe it's verse 10. Judith, our foremother Judith. If you don't have the Apocrypha, you could Google it online and read along with us.
Judith chapter 8 and verse 10.
Is that the right verse? Or is it 20? I'm not there yet, so I don't know. Is that it? Hello?
I'm not sure.
I want to say, if they sin, we can defeat them.
Oh, 5.
5 and 20. Thank you. Judith chapter 5 and 20.
Judith chapter 5 and verse 20.
Listen good.
Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people,
now this is the Assyrians at this time. This was the Persian captivity. It just came back to Jerusalem. You had Assyrians working under Persia and Babylonians under Persia. So now read this again.
Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people,
if there be any error in this people, if there be any sin in this people, which are the children of Israel, go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
And they sin against their God.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Let us consider this shall be their ruin. Go ahead.
And let us go up and we shall overcome them.
Let us go up and we can overcome the Israelites. So the key to destroying the 12 tribes of Israel, keep them in sin. Keep them in sin. So now I read that to show you the reason we went into slavery, we were colonized and we're oppressed to this day, is because our people are in sin. We keep breaking God's commandments. So your question was, why do they have us celebrating these days? That's your answer. The white man knows if we can keep these people in sin, we can always stay on top of them. They can never overthrow us. They can never overcome. Now, Daniel 7. Now I'm going to go to the Daniel chapter 7. We're going to watch what it says.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
The he in this verse is the white man. This is the fourth empire. Read it again.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
So the great words, for example, is God is white. Jesus is white. The angels are white. The Jews are white. These are great words against the Most High. Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Now, wearing out the saints of the Most High, you got to know who the saints are.
Mhm.
Who are the saints? Give me that in Psalm. We're going to hold this. Go to Psalms 148, verse 14. Who are the saints? That is the question. Because the churches say anybody's a saint. Nope.
Yes, that's what we know.
Watch what it says in the Bible. Psalms 148, verse 14.
Psalms chapter 148 and verse 14. He also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel.
So who are the saints?
The children of Israel.
Go ahead.
A people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord.
So the saints, according to the Bible, are only the children of Israel.
Mhm.
There's no Philistine saints. There's no Moabite saints. There's no Arab saints. There's no white man saints, no Edomite saints. The saints are the children of Israel. So let's go back to Daniel 7:25. Now that we know who the saints are.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 25.
Read it slow.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
How did they wear us out? It's called slavery and colonialism. Slavery, colonialism, Jim Crow laws, apartheid. That's how they wear us out. IMF sanctions. That's how they wear us out. The destabilizing of countries. That's how they wear us out. Read that part again.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
See that part? That goes back to your question.
Yeah,
And
changing
think to
time.
change times and laws. So in America, we have something called daylight savings time, where the clock goes an hour back, or in the spring, goes ahead in the spring and falls back in the fall. So that's called daylight savings time. So they also change times, meaning what? God says the beginning of your month is spring. The white man says no. Give me the Exodus 12 to prove my point. Because somebody might say it doesn't say it in the Bible. Yes, it does. It says it in the Bible.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. What month is he talking about? Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
So the month of Passover is the beginning of the month. Let's get the name of that month. Give me the next chapter, 13 and 4.
Exodus chapter 13 and verse 4. This day came ye out in the month Abib.
So the Bible calls the first month Abib.
Abib.
Abib, which means ear of corn. You got it there? Read that, Nimi.
Abib, an ear of corn.
So that's ear of corn. That's the springtime. That's when everything flourishes. It starts to grow. That's spring. So God says that's the beginning of the year. The white man says, no, 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 no. You're going to celebrate it December 31st, January 1st. Okay, that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
You know where the word January comes from? Chemi, y'all. You know where it comes
Yes.
from? Where it comes from?
Janus.
Yes,
Roman.
yes, the Roman god Janus, the
It
two-faced
had two
god.
heads.
Yes, exactly. So we're
Louis
worshiping.
taught me that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they got us worshiping their false gods. So when we go back to Daniel 7:25, Jimmy, it gets deeper. Watch what it says.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High,
In slavery.
and think to change times and laws.
So they changed times and laws.
No.
Another time that they changed is the moon. They say the dark moon is the beginning of each month when it's black. God says, no, it's the full moon. When it's brightest, that's the beginning of your month. When you read Genesis 1, verse 14 to 16, when he made two great lights. Okay, that's the beginning of the month. White man says, no, 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 no. We're going to make it when it's black, when you can't see the moon. That's the beginning of the month. That's what they do. And it said change what? Times and what?
And laws.
There's a law of marriage in Genesis chapter 2 between one man and one woman. White man says, no, Marriage is now between man and man
Amen.
and woman.
It's bad. It's
Yes.
madness.
This man is crazy. God
Mm.
says the Sabbath day is the seventh day, right?
Mhm.
The white man
Yes.
says, no, it's the first day of the week. That is the new Sabbath. Sunday, the first day of the week. It's all
Lot of
lies.
pagans.
Right. So that's what Daniel 7:25. Read the whole verse again.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
And laws. Times
Mhm.
and laws. Now
Laws.
they're cutting men's private parts off and creating vaginas, and they're putting
Yes.
those male parts on women.
Mhm.
It's
crazy.
It's crazy. And nobody realized that this is the age of Antichrist.
Mm.
But people think that this is about Jesus. No, this
Mhm.
whole realm is about satanic worship, Antichrist. That's what
Mhm.
all your churches are, Antichrist. Every last one of them. Was that the whole verse?
Oh, sir.
Go ahead.
And they shall be given unto his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
That's about 350 years we've been given
Mhm.
into this white man's hands. So that's why we are celebrating wrong days. We have wrong customs. Everything's
Mhm.
wrong. I mean, everything that our people do in this wicked kingdom, in this world, is
Mhm.
wrong and satanic. Why?
Mm.
So that they can keep on top of us.
But
That's
one
why.
day,
Oh,
one
it's
day,
coming now. You see what's happening with us right now. We're
Mhm.
growing day by day and
By
getting
day.
stronger and stronger. Christ is
Mhm.
setting up his government now. That's what Psalms 50 is saying. Give me that Psalms
Mhm.
50. Let's show you that. Psalms 50. Watch this. And 16. Start at 16.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
So the wicked has taken God's covenant. They say that under the Old Testament, they're taking an old covenant and say that they're Jewish. They're the wicked.
Yes.
Then the whites under the New Testament took the new covenant and said, we are Christian. So God says in verse 16, but unto the wicked, God saith, what is thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. Verse 17.
Mm.
Seeing thou hatest instruction.
The white man hates instruction. They obey nothing, the Bible says. Go ahead.
And castest my words behind thee.
They cast God's laws behind them. Go ahead.
Mm.
When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him.
When people ask, what does that mean? When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him.
What does that mean?
1948,
Mhm.
so-called Jewish people from Poland took the land of Israel.
Mhm.
They created the first Nakba and started to slaughter the Palestinians. You're familiar with that, right?
Yes.
America never said nothing against them. They consented with that happening. Why? Because America did the same thing in 1776. They revolted from Britain and said, we're going to slaughter these American Indians and take the land as ours.
Yes.
They
by
did the
force.
same thing in Australia. They slaughtered the indigenous Australians, the black ones, and said, we claim this as our land and we call it Australia. They did the same thing in South Africa. They slaughtered Shaka Zulu and all of them, the Zulus, and said, now South Africa belongs to the white man, but we'll give you a black president, but it belongs to the white man. So yeah, you see the state of Israel is born 1948. So that's what it means in verse 17. Kemi, read that again, verse 17.
Verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee.
Verse 18, I meant.
When thou sawest a thief,
When thou sawest a thief,
then thou consentest with him.
so America's not speaking against Netanyahu because Netanyahu's doing the same thing that America did back in the day. Go ahead.
And has been partaker with adulterers.
Oh, they've been partaker with adulterers, sleeping with people's wives. Go ahead.
Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Meaning lies. Go ahead.
Thou sittest and speaketh against thy brother.
Esau speaks against Jacob. We're Jacob. They speak against us. Go ahead.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Watch this.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
So because God stayed quiet, seeing all the evil that the white man has done.
Mhm.
The white man says, surely God is a white man. He must be a white man because God's not punishing us. So that's why it emboldened them to make God European, Jesus European, the angels European, the Jews European. Go ahead.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
That part right there. But I will reprove thee and set them, the Israelites, in order before thine eyes. That's what you're seeing now with Israel united in Christ. We're being set in order all across the world. Slowly but surely, we're being set in order. Why? Because God is setting up his government. When you read Isaiah 9 and 6, people don't realize, Shami, that God is setting up a government on the earth. This is why we teach the young men, study God's laws. We teach God's laws. Why? Because we will be the judges of the earth. Watch Isaiah 9 and 6.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
And the government shall be upon his shoulder. See, government, not church denomination, government. God is all about government, his government. Go ahead.
And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government.
Of the increase of his government. Go ahead.
And peace, there shall be no end.
There shall be no end. This is just the beginning stages. As we're waking up, Shemi, to the Israelites were trying to clean our minds, clean our lives, to get right with God Almighty, to get our souls and spirits right, men and women. The government's being set up. We're learning the laws. We're trying our best to apply the laws, teach the laws, because that's what Christ did in Matthew 5. He taught the laws. He taught the commandments. That's the only thing that can clean our race up, because our race, Shemi, is filthy. Our race is dirty. Our race is debaucherous. We're the only race, Shemi, that gives a safe place for evil. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. What do you mean by that? A woman will walk down the street with her behind out, ass showing, and people will give her. She has the right to do that. Don't speak against her. She can do that.
My choice.
A woman will have 15 abortions. And you say, hey, you're not supposed to kill these babies. Don't speak against her. She has the right to do that. Homosexuality. Let them live their life. We're the only race that does that. White people don't do that. They don't create a safe place for that. Chinese don't do that. You know what Chinese people just recently did? China kicked out all rap music. They said, we're not allowing. Find me the article. China said no more rap music in China because it's destroying the minds of the youth. That's what China said. And black people are so simple, they didn't realize it. China said, no, that type of music is destroying the fabric of our society. The women are turning whores, and the men are becoming thieves and liars and pimps. Bring it back. I want China. I don't want Kanye. Okay, let's read this. Let me hear if this is the one. Okay, yeah, this is it. Read that.
This is time. Tasteless, vulgar, and obscene. China just banned hip-hop culture and tattoos from television.
Y'all see that? They said no more tattoos. That hip-hop is garbage. And China is correct. Because what are they rapping about? What's hip-hop about? Adultery, murder, drugs, hatred for your neighbor, for your race, for your people. We're the only race that are comfortable calling the black woman a bitch in music. We sing about that. And then she's comfortable being called a bitch. And she jumps up and down and twerks. The black woman's the only woman that goes to a funeral and twerks on a casket. Can y'all find me that? The black woman twerking on a casket. The black woman twerking on a casket. Debaucherous, filthy, evil. You know, black women went to Elmina Castle in Ghana and twerked and laughed about slavery. You can't make this stuff up. It's crazy. It might be on TikTok or Instagram. I can't remember. But it says black woman twerked at a funeral. There's a video, a very short video. The casket, I think, is a white casket. She's wearing red and white. I can't remember what color she had on. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, this is it. Look at the dead body in the casket. That's not a video. It's just a snapshot. Yeah, this is it. Look at this. White people don't do this. Chinese people don't do this. Arabs don't do this. Only black people do evil, stupid stuff like this. Only black people. And when you try to correct them, we become evil. We become the bad guys. Twerking at a funeral. You can't make this stuff up. Evil. Evil race. Why are we on the bottom all the time? Because of the lifestyle we live. That's why we're on the bottom. And we're going to stay on the bottom until Christ come back and change everything. Okay? Go ahead, Chummy. I'm sorry. I talk a lot, but go ahead.
It's okay. I think the rest of the question we discussed with Louis back in last 2 days ago, but I have this one. Where was Jesus between the age of from 12 to 20s?
Well, get Matthew 13. Let me show you. It doesn't say exactly what happened, but it gives you a hint.
All right.
Matthew 13, I think 55. Isn't this the carpenter's son, that part?
Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 55. Is not this the carpenter's son?
Isn't this Joseph's son?
Is not his mother called Mary?
Isn't his mother called Mary?
And his
And
brethren,
his brethren?
James, and Joseph, and Simon, and Judas, and his sisters. Are they not all with us? Whence then had this man all these things?
So Christ had 4 brothers and a whole lot of sisters. So what he was doing was being a child. He was the oldest of them. He's doing what most kids do. So the Bible doesn't record that. Okay. It just records when he starts his ministry at the age of 30. That's what it does. Knowing what he did with his brothers and sisters, that's not important for the gospel. Did Christ throw rocks at people? That's not important. Okay.
Yes.
He had 4 brothers and a whole bunch of sisters. You know they got on his nerves. Because I know when my brothers and sisters got on. If you got brothers and sisters, you know at times they get on your nerves. That's the way.
And there's this rivalry between sisters and brothers.
It's always rivalry, always sibling rivalry.
Okay, the last one. Currently, which is the best Bible version to have and read? Because I think the Bible that we have doesn't have the full information.
Can you type in KJV Bible 1611? KJV Bible. This is the best Bible. King James Version Bible 1611. Just type that in and let me see what pops up.
1611.
So Holy Bible 1611. I want to go inside. I want to show the table of contents. We want to go inside that Bible and show the table of contents. Y'all got me? So the King James Version Bible is the best version, but you have to get the 1611 version, or sometimes they call it the KJV with Apocrypha. That's what you get. So as you can see, the original King James Version Bible, you had the Old Testament. Zoom in on the center. Zoom in on the center. Zoom in on the center. Zoom in. I need it bigger. Make it bigger. You can't get it bigger than that? Okay, can you see it, Chummy? It says the books called Apocrypha. And so in the original King James Bible, they all had it. The white man took it out in the 1700s. The Protestants took it out in the 1700s. Why? Because of slave revolts. There was a lot of slave revolts, so they took the Apocrypha out, and they created the Negro Bible, which took a lot of other books out too. Okay, so all you gotta do, if you go on Amazon or go on, if anywhere they sell books, just type in KJV, King James Version 1611, or KJV with Apocrypha. And it'll pop up, and you got those books right there. So that's the best version, Cammy. That's the best.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's been a great show. I had plenty of questions, but as I told you earlier, we discussed about the kingdom of God. I don't know what. Do you know somebody by the name Herbinger? Herbinger. He's alleged to come from, I don't know, and fight. Oh, I don't know how to explain it, but have you heard anything about Herbinger?
Is he saying he's the Messiah?
Yes.
Okay. Where's he from?
He will have a dual citizenship that is from Uganda and Kenya.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm going to say something, Shemi. Don't get mad.
I won't.
You know what? It's better if I read it. Proverbs 121.
Mhm.
That way it sounds nicer when you read it, because I might use a stronger word.
Yes.
Proverbs 121. Is it 121? How long?
22.
122?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
You know what another word for simple?
Mm-hmm.
What?
No. No.
If somebody says, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? What does that mean? I'll give
Easy, or I don't know.
I'll reword it for you. How
Okay.
long, you stupid ones, will you love stupidity?
Ah.
That's what it's saying. Read it again, Nimi.
Mm.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorn.
See, these are
Scorning.
scorners. These people
Mhm.
hate God. So what they're doing is stupid. Good.
And fools hate knowledge.
And they hate the knowledge of God. So now I'm going to show you another. Give me Ebo Noah. This is what happens.
Oh, I saw the guy.
Yeah, this happens with Ghana, Kenya,
Deception.
Uganda. Where's the video?
So
Yeah,
you
play the
saw
video.
that.
Look at this guy. Turn it up.
Worldwide, his name, Abo Noah, and he claims that God has chosen him to build a new ark, just like in the Bible. Ebo Noah says a massive flood will come on December 25th, 2025. Yes, on Christmas Day. And only those inside his ark will survive. He says God gave him a vision to gather animals, save people, and prepare for 3 years of non-stop rain. He insists this is a divine warning, a second great flood to cleanse the world. But not everyone believes him. Critics remind him of the rainbow promise in the Bible, that God would never again destroy the earth by flood. Still, Ebo Noah says, God can change his mind. Videos of his wooden ark in Kumasi have gone viral, drawing crowds, tourists, and debates across Ghana. Some call him a prophet. Others say he's delusional. But one thing is sure, his message has captured global attention. So will December 25th, 2025 bring a new flood, or just another false prophecy? Only time will tell.
So
until then,
they always, you know who gets caught up in a lot of the majority of the time is our people in Africa. Our people in Africa are always the simple ones. See, I said simple. The simple ones that fall for that, and you lose your money, you lose your land, you lose your property. Okay. Now he said God might change his mind.
Yes, that's why I'm
Malachi
laughing.
3 and 6. Watch what the Bible says. Malachi 3 and 6.
Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
What?
I change not.
God said he don't change.
Mhm.
So Ebo Noah said God changed his mind. And people that don't read the Bible believed him rather than believe the Bible. Go ahead.
Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Isaiah 8:20. Watch this. Here's a problem. Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Ebo Noah wasn't speaking according to the Bible. He was speaking on his own thoughts. So the Bible says, if they speak not according to this word, which is the Bible, it is because there is no light in them. There's no light in these people popping up in Africa talking about, God showed me something. Stop listening to these people. They are liars. Every last one of them, men and women, all of them. Go ahead. Show me that. Watch this. Move it over so we can see. Make it full screen so we can see. I can't see. I only see half of something. I don't. Okay. Read that.
BBC News. Ebo Noah from predicting end of the world to police detention.
He's in jail. Good for him. That's what he needs. Police detention. And the people that followed him need to go to get arrested too. They stupid. Simple. I'll use the word. I'm sorry. Simple. They simple. And when you try to tell them something, they throw rocks at you. When you try to teach them the truth, y'all can take it down now. We try to tell our people in Kenya, hey, you're the Israelites. They hit us with rocks. No, we are not Israelites. We are not God's holy people. We are Kenyans. What is that? I do not know.
And then they splash you with urine and
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes,
Right.
Jimmy. So that's the story.
yeah, it's been a good one.
Yes, Jimmy. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad you
Yeah.
invited me back. I'm glad you invited me. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for honoring me, like giving me every time an interview. Are you
All
coming
praise-
back this year?
God willing, if life lasts, I'll be coming back. I don't know if, hopefully this year sometime. Hopefully. I don't know when. I don't know when. I have a team coming out there in Passover, but it's not me.
Oh,
It's another team
okay.
coming out there. But
All
you
right.
should get it. You should meet them. You'll enjoy them. They're great. They understand. They know the scriptures.
Mhm.
You're going to love them.
All of
Okay.
your people know how to, the Bible so well.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I think
Yes,
we'll
Jimmy.
see you in the
Thank
next
you so
one.
much. God bless. Christ bless you. All praises.
Oh, praises.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.